Today we're in the Cincinnati Bengals playbook, something a little bit different here. Well, playbook-wise, but Trey flex. You see a lot of people going to trips formations, Trey formations this year, and really every year, bunch formations. But I really like this scheme out of Cincinnati. And let's get right into it here. Give me my run play. Give me the run play. And we'll do just 2-4-5, random 2-4-5 play. Okay, so our run play is the inside zone here. And I'm just going to go over all these plays. I'm going to do this a little bit differently. I'm going to go over all these plays first because there's a method to this, a little bit of a scheme. And I think you can run it with pace, with very fast, because everything looks the same. You're going to have a lot of the same routes that people look for, but you're going to have different routes that you can go to, and you'll see what I mean by this. So our pass plays, you can see dagger, wide receiver cross. You can already see something similar with wide receiver cross and dagger. They have the same crossing route, right? So that's something the user is going to have to take away in the middle of the field. And they look the same, right? They look pretty similar. If they're going to look, if that's going to be their read, they're going to think it's a similar play, right? And that's an in-breaking route. So then I like to go both ways with my routes, right? You want to have an in-breaking route, you want to have an out-breaking route by whoever your main target of the formation is, I want to say. So you have your two in-breaking routes that look very similar, and we'll get in, I'll break these down, and then you have your outside routes, right, that break outside, which is awesome. And also with this, you have an out-breaking route to your tight end, which is really cool. So, and I think you can run this with pace because everything looks similar. And you can have a really good inside zone here unless they have inside stuff. But if they don't have inside stuff, I mean the pass plays are really good out of this too. So if they don't have inside stuff, I think you can run this with some pace in your games. But let's just get into it here. And my little rant to start the video. But you have your inside zone, right? Love inside zones. Like I said, unless they have inside stuff, you can always double the inside stuff too, right? I mean, that's heavy box. You're still picking up 3, 4, 5 yards, especially if you have Henry back there. That's only Joe Mixon. But yeah, I mean, right? You can see where it's a pretty decent run, especially if you have them thinking pass. So the first play here, just dagger. All I'm gonna do is put my tight end A on a slant route. This is going to create crossers. Pretty much your first read is your crossers. And then you have the dig route with X over there. And then we'll explain that later. But first we'll go over the crossers here. Right, make them pick. And that's a tight throw. I get out of bounds. That's a tight throw. Probably should have looked for B. B is mostly going to be your route on that. Your tight end's mostly just clearing out here. Right, so he clears out. That's man though. But they do meet man, which is really nice. And it's going to be that again. But all good. And that's on a corner, man. That's your tight end on a corner, so which is really good. Let's try to get a good look here, man. Okay, so we finally get zone, right? And I'll go into replay. But you just have to kind of make the right read out of your crossers. And then I'll explain this dig route as well. So what's going to happen, right? They're all dropping back into, I'm not even sure. It might be like a type of cover 4 there. But pretty much this guy is going to have to play 2 crossers. He can't. He plays the deeper one, of course. Leaves your tight end open. This guy's in a bad spot, etc. And we'll throw this dig route now. And I'll explain how I like to do this. And it's pretty simple. Wow, that was you need gunslinger, man. You need gunslinger in this game. You really do. At least I do. Also, if you don't like the crosser, you can always streak Uzma, or however you say his last name, and you can also do that, which also helps if you're trying to throw this dig route here. So typically what you're looking for on this dig concept over here is this guy to carry with Tyler Boyd. You want him to run with Tyler Boyd. Anytime he turns his back and runs with that receiver, this route's going to be open 10 out of 10 times. I promise. Anytime, we'll see if we can get him to turn his back. Of course, he does not turn his back. Does not turn his back, and he just runs with him there. So let's see if we can get it, man. He doesn't run with him. But if he doesn't run with him, you can be patient and take it over the middle of the field. Is the other option, which is what we're doing here. We'll show you that real quick. This video is going to be ridiculously long. So hopefully the idea, clear out the user with either the tight end route, a crosser, right? Pretend he's a user. That would clear him out, and then there's your ball. Be patient, be patient. There he is in the middle of the field, right? So we'll see if we can get him. We'll try one more time. He turns his back, right? That's perfect. Well, what the heck? He just dropped it. But he turns his back. This is man here. Right, this is man. But as soon as he turns his back, you know where he just left is going to be wide open. Be wide open. Unless they're up in press, but I mean, they're off ball like this. Because press, I mean, anything can happen, right? They get a really good press on you. But as soon as he turns it back, boom, that's where that ball needs to be. So that's your dagger play. X or your A route, either on a streak or a slant, whatever the situation. And now we have wide receiver cross. This one I really like to just run it stock. Maybe you block your running back if you see a blitz. Maybe you put him on an out. But what I like here is, and really I do like to put him on an out a lot because of that situation. Makes the purple zone out there pick. We'll run that again. And again though, you see, okay, I mean, it's hard to cover it all, right? It's really hard to cover it all as a user. You're trying to put the user in bad spots. And here, I mean, they blitz, right? They blitz. But you're trying to put the user in bad spots is the idea of these schemes. All right, so maybe pretend there, well, Joey B, man, need you to have gunslinger. All right, so pretend this guy's the user, right? Middle of the field. He's going to overplay. He's like, oh, shoot, man, I got to get over here, play these guys. It's going to leave this guy open, right? That leaves your crosser. So maybe he overplays the crosser. Even he Mabels over here, right? He plays a flat and a purple, a blue and a purple. This guy over here, you still have your zig, right? That's what your zig's for. You see him, like, oh man, he Mabeled. You come back to your zig. We'll see if we can show that here. So we're going to pretend he Mabels to the right with a light blue and a purple. And so he Mabels there to take away R, B, and A. And then we're going to pretend the user takes away B on the crosser. So, oh man, he took him away. Don't do that. Don't do that. So that ball, let's go into replay. That ball, right? So I'm pretending that ball needs to go right here. Okay. Pass lead to the sidelines. That ball needs to be a touchdown. So again, we're going to pretend the same thing. Take away A and B, or A and RB with the Mabel. User takes away B. Took him away. Take your shot, right? And you can't be mad at that too either. You really cannot be mad at that if that's your shot there. And I mean, if you don't, and maybe you have T. Higgins right over there, not really a burner. You can put him on an in. I just don't like to do that a lot because it's two hot routes. Takes that another more second, but you definitely can. So pretend he Mabels. Oh man, okay. Middle of the field open. Something else I like, if you notice that his user is leaving the middle of the field a lot, right? So we'll pretend again. Over here, Mabel with pretend. Actually, they did kind of take it away, right? So they did kind of Mabel over there a little bit. But pretend that's taken away. His user takes away that. I mean, even say he does a really good job of making you look off this guy. You're just like, I don't think he makes you think twice. His user left. Middle of the field is vacant. That ball's there if you put him on an in. So if you notice that, if you notice that, put him on an in. Do not leave him on the streak. I got people talking outside my place. I can't focus. Right, so put him on an in if he's leaving the middle of the field. Streak him if you have a super fast guy, maybe, right? Okay, so last play, we have all these in-breaking routes. We're talking about crosses, we're talking about daggers. We're gonna go SE corner. So this option route kind of sucks. It says it can break to the middle of the field. It doesn't really ever for me. So what I typically like to do, I just like to put them on an out. Creates like a little smash concept out there. That's your first read, smash. Hopefully you don't get a free guy off the edge. But that's going to be your first read, is smash over there. Right? And I probably could have even fit that ball into the tight end. Let's run that again. Out route. You got smash. Try to fit, well, I forced that, but he caught it anyway. I mean, you know how that works. Those corner routes are just deadly, especially if they're not doing their zone drops. Right, pull them up. I mean, Joe Burrow almost fits that in there, so that's not too bad. But you see it though. Get your gunslinger Allen, get your whoever else gets gunslinger, right? So here we get double A gap, and let's pretend they take that away. They play their zone drops at, well, this is a terrible look to do that against. So let's get out of that. But let's pretend they Mabel, like I said. They play their zone drops at 25 yards. And to take away A, they play their flat to take away the running back. So you realize that your head has to flip around to B. Oh my God, bro. They're literally... Let's try to get him in. Okay. So they take it away. Your head has to flip to B. And you have to look, see if you can fit that ball in there. Okay? So the way, this is quick. You gotta be quick with it, right? So say they take this away. Alright, you got a good player, knows what they're doing a little bit, take it away. My head flips around to B, and even that, I mean, you gotta like that, right? Chase on a linebacker. But, yeah, you gotta throw that ball there. And of course, we're gonna get freaking man. I should go call like whatever plays I want, but I like the randomness to it because it shows you that it's a more real game if you can random play, right, instead of just playing cover 3 or cover 4 every play. So here they take it away. Oh man, they did a good job there. Hopefully their user, well, we'll show you. We will show you here. Alright, so they do a good job taking this away, say. Which they kind of do a little bit. I mean, your running back's there. But then they do a good job over here. Say they have him at 25. Takes that away. Let's get back to the middle of the field. So their user, pretend this guy doesn't blitz. Their user's going to have to take one of these guys away, right? They're not in line with each other. They're not directly over top. They're staggered, right? They're staggered. So he's going to have to either pick the first guy or the second guy. Typically, he's going to pick the first guy, but not always, right? But he's going to have to pick one. And that's your 4th and 5th read on this play if you have time for that, right? So, oh man, they took everything away. Just need to throw the ball out, man. Just need to throw the ball. I need to be better. Right? Oh man, they took it all away. That was actually man, so I should have not did that, right? I should have looked for my corners. And this video is crazy long. Oh my gosh, man. And then you get man. Jesus Christ. What the hell? What is going on right now? Alright. Making me look bad. So they take it away, you gotta throw it. You gotta throw it to somewhere. You gotta throw it to the guy that's open, right? So SE corner, I've been running this 10 times. Also, I mean, if you don't like that way, I guess you could break him that way. Your running back creates a crosser route as well, which is decent, I suppose. And if your guys are not staggering, like how they haven't been the last few times, you can just drag one of them, and that will solve that issue. You can kind of fit that ball into one of the other as well. But that was a lot of more concepts more at the end there than specific plays. And you kind of have to, and that's kind of what this game is though, right? You have to go off what your opponent's doing in that game. You can't just run what you run against me that you would someone else, right? There's different defenses, they do different things. Different defenses take away different things that make you do different things on offense, right? It requires nuance to do this stuff, right? To play this game. So play at a high level, not even at a high level, I don't want to say, but as a student of trying to get a good scheme, right? Trying to be in the lab. Nuance. You have to. There's a lot of different things that are required. So it was more concepts at the end there. But if you like this kind of stuff, you try to do 3 or 4 of these a week, and they're a little bit off the cuff, but they're schemes. I get them out there. Pretty much whatever I find in practice mode, I record and upload. So yeah, if you like this kind of thing, subscribe to the channel. We're just getting going here, and yeah, I hope to catch you in the next one. Later.